All right, Big Slacks Battle Blog. This one I'm gonna touch on the in the building versus on cam debate, and then at the end I'm gonna do a couple stop that's. If you follow my blogs, you probably have seen me do the rapper stop that and fan stop that. I got a couple of little issues. I'm gonna stop that too. So let's get into it. On cam versus in the building. It's a debate that goes on in the battle world about two different ways to perceive the same battle that may give you two different winners. And is it even a thing at all? Now, I can remember them WRC battles back in the day. They would release those battles, and it was teams. It was 2-on-2. So the judges give it to Team A, and the consensus is amongst all the fans that Team B won. And how could they even give it to Team A? It's bad judgment and bad judging and all this. And I remember battlers standing up for them a little bit and saying it's different watching a battle in person versus online. I remember thinking at the time that's bullshit. A battle is a battle. But now, all these years later, having watched thousands of battles and judged the 50, 60 battles in person or whatever it is that I've done, I have a little bit different view on it. And I don't think cats appreciate or respect what it is to have a battle go down in front of you, right there. They both go. The second the last cat spits his last bar, everybody in the building turns around, looks at you, and they put a camera in your face sometimes, and then they say, who you got? What do you think? There's no time to break it down, analyze it, think about what you just saw. It's literally who you got. You know what I'm saying? And I would say of all the battles I judged in person and went back and got the chance to watch the footage later and actually have a chance to analyze and break down, I feel like I'm right about 90% of the time. About 90% of the time, I wouldn't change my judgment. You know what I'm saying? After you get a chance to really check it out. I would say another 5% of the time I go, ooh, it's closer than I thought, but I ain't mad at so I ain't mad at anybody that thinks the guy I gave the L2 actually won. And then about another 5% of the time I go, ooh, I think I might have been wrong here. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, most of the time, I feel like I get it right. There's a few different things at play here. When you watch a battle online, you can lock yourself in a quiet room. You can turn the volume up. It's a controlled situation. You can rewind. You can watch. You can catch some of that shit that might go over your head, the more complex shit that might go over your head in the moment. One of the biggest factors here is when you watch a battle in person in the same room with it, there's an energy and an atmosphere and that tension that don't translate to cam at all. You don't get any of that. These two cats really don't like each other. It could be a fight any second. That could sway how you perceive the battle when it's happening in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit like if you watch street fights online, the World Star fight compilations or whatever, you might get excited. I got knocked the fuck out. But it's a completely different situation if you're just hanging out at a party somewhere and the shit somebody starts fighting in the same room with you. Adrenaline starts pumping, heart beating. If one of your boys is involved, you start looking around. Nobody better fucking jump in. It's a completely different same thing. It's just a fight versus that fight in the room with you versus watching it online later. It's a little bit like watching a battle. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of the same thing. Now, boils down to this: two different ways to perceive the same battle on cam versus in the building. Yes, it's a thing. It's two different ways to look at the same battle. But what separates the great battlers from the good battlers is it becomes second nature to win both. So it's not even two things. It is two things. No, it's not two things. You know what I'm saying? You never see clips or Lux, the Source, who the fuck ever. You never see those cats and those next level cats in pre-battles say, "Oh, I think he'll win on cam, but my bars will win, in the building." That they don't discuss that at all, because when you sit down to write a battle, you should be striving to win both, and that should be second nature to you, to the point where the two aspects aren't even two aspects anymore. It's one aspect. You know what I'm saying? If you sit down to write a battle thinking, my bars are going to stand out on cam, but he's probably going to outperform me in the building, you're doing it wrong. You feel me? So the answer to the question is two separate aspects. Yes, there's two separate aspects. No, there isn't. The answer is yes and no. So School of Thought alumni, there you have it. It comes up on the forum about once a month. No need to bring it up no more. You're welcome. I've cleared all that up for you. Refer back to this blog. So stop that. Let's get into this. Stop that. You cats that are ODing on the associative wordplay. Stop that. You know, this word sounds like this word. So if I use this word in this what makes sense in this context, then link it back to the original word, that's clever. And it's clever when done cleverly. But I think some of y'all cats think that this associative wordplay is battle rap, because y'all don't do a damn thing other than that. There's no personals, there's no metaphors, there's nothing but this word sounds like this word shit. You know what I'm saying? That should be a weapon in your arsenal. You know, if your arsenal is all the same weapon, if you have one weapon over and over and over in your arsenal, you don't really got an arsenal, my dude. You know, if World War III pops off and you say, let's get in my arsenal, and you open up the door to your arsenal and it's 50 deer rifles, you have the same weapon over and over, you ain't gonna last as long in World War III as the cat that goes to his arsenal and he's got the Uzi and the AK and the flamethrower and the grenade launcher and the fucking laser. You know what I'm saying? Like, that dude with an actual arsenal, multiple weapons in his arsenal, is going to outlast you with your 50 deer rifles. You feel me? So stop that. And along those lines, arsenal, Daylight. Somebody tell Daylight, stop doing that hair here wordplay bullshit. He did that in the Road to Slaughterhouse. He did it against Real Deal. He did it in another battle between them two. It might have been the Cowboy Smooth battle. I don't remember. But 3 times just off the top of my head in recent history, he used that here hair shit. And it goes like this. My neighborhood is like an afro because you'll get your ass kicked round hair. Afro, round hair, neighborhood, around here, hair here. I get it. We get it. And he doesn't say afro every time, but he's using that here hair shit in every battle. That's just clever enough to get used one time and move the fuck on. You know, you can't use that's so simple, you can't use that shit over and over and get credit for it. So somebody tell Arsenal stop, somebody tell Daylight stop that, and also tell him stop pretending he's gay and he's spawned and he's fake shitting and shit. Tell him stop that too. What else I got? Oh, the y'all cats got to stop with the Martin schemes that end in Tommy referencing the Tommy gun. You feel me? Stop it. It's been done to death. First time I heard it was 03, 04 on one of them, Lux Moot, one of them cats. I think as far back as them Smack DVDs, before there was even a Battle Leagues. Before there was even Battle Leagues, somebody dropped that fucking scheme back in the day on the Smack DVDs. And I hear it about twice. I've heard it about twice a year since then. Cats, and they work it and patchwork it and mold it and differently and try to make it look like it's their own, and they ain't never heard it before. But I know you cats know. I'm a player from the Himalayas like Jerome, boy. I'm cold with the Tommy like Martin's homeboys. No, I don't care how you build up to it, what you put around it. If you get big-headed like Gina, no. If it ends with referencing Martin's friend's name was Tommy and the Thompson machine gun is called a Tommy gun, I don't want to hear it. That's been done. You're beating a dead horse to fucking death. Stop it. Let's see, what else? Last thing I'm gonna get into. Rappers, battle rappers, and battle rap fans, y'all gotta stop making excuses for yourself. Like putting out there, I've got some type of personal tragedy before I go in this battle, or it ain't on URL, so it don't count going into the battle, and then reminding us that after the fucking battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's giving yourself a cushion. You're bringing a crutch to the battle with this. Because what happens is you take the L, you say, my uncle died, so I'm not in it 100%. And then you take the L, and then you go, yeah, my opponent did his thing, but remember I told y'all my uncle died, so, and that takes away from your opponent's performance, who did show up at 100%, And by the same token, you say, I got this thing going on in my personal life, I'm not 100% in it, then you happen to pull off the win, then you get to beat your fucking chest and go, I'm the greatest ever. I wasn't even going hard. Imagine if I went 100%. King Kong ain't got shit on me. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Shoe program. All that. You know what I'm saying? And it gets used as gas. You get to gas yourself up You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't even 100% and I still won. You know, that's corny. And not to belittle anybody's personal tragedy. If you've had a death in your family, backing out on a battle, especially last minute, short notice, is shitty as fuck. But you definitely get a pass for a death in your family. If somebody in your family dies, no reasonable human being is going to hold you accountable and hold a grudge against you for not showing up to rap in the midst of a death in your family. So if it's going to affect you to the point where you ain't going to be able to go 100%, you know, just back out of the battle. You know, me personally, I would rather have you back out of the battle, reschedule it for months down the road or what have you, versus showing up and being lackluster, because then you get a situation like T-Rex versus Clips. Rex shows up, his cousin dies, and he makes sure you know that, and then Clips eats him, and then you know, in all the post battle interviews, Rex makes sure you, oh yeah, Rex, you know, Clips did win, I'll give it to Clips, but my cousin, I wasn't in it all the way. You know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful to Clips, because you know, if T-Rex showed up, you know, everybody was happy and healthy in Rex's family, and he ate his Wheaties that morning, and everything was peachy keen in Rex's world, Clips was still gonna eat him that day, I think. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but now he's had a death in his family, and he comes lackluster, and so now for life, when any type of battle debate, anybody brings up, yeah, but Clips beat T-Rex, some T-Rex mark is going to say, yeah, but his cousin died, and so he wasn't 100%, blah, blah, blah. So there's always going to be an asterisk next to that Charlie Clips win. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's going to take away from that win because of T-Rex's personal stuff. You feel like I'm saying? Feel what I'm saying? And, you know, like I said, not to belittle anybody's personal tragedy or any of that, but, you know, when it comes to the battle, everything outside of, the only thing that matters is that man and then bars. Nobody cares about what happened in your personal life, or that you didn't take it seriously because it's not on the you know, a league that's held in a certain regard or whatever. You know, if it means enough to you the day of the event to get out of bed, put on pants, drive yourself to the venue, step in the ring, get face to face with your opponent. If it means enough to you to go to do all of that, then it needs to mean enough to you to go 100% when in bars start. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not going to go 100%, I feel like it's probably just best just to back out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's more respectful to your opponent, the audience, and the promoters, who can reschedule this battle for another time, even. You know, so you don't get a situation like Clips versus Rex, where Clips shows his ass, but you know, he's never going to get full credit for it because of, you know, Rex's personal issues or what have you. So Slacks Battle Blog, that's where I'm at. Push the like button, push the subscribe button, push the share button, whatever. Tell a friend. I'm out.